Hey, how's it going? It's going pretty good. What are you up to? I've actually been working on this project for my computers and writing class. It's kind of funny actually. It's about Snapchat streaks. Ah, no way. I don't know a lot about streaks even though we've kept ours up for a while. I actually found some cool information about it. I could tell you more if you want. Sure, what'd you find? So you know how Snapchat started back in 2011, right? That was back when we were like freshmen or sophomores in high school and no one knew how to use it. Yeah, I remember that we used to send random pictures to each other and didn't see the point. Instagram was a lot cooler though. It came out the year before and you could use filters. That's true. I still thought it was pretty cool that Snapchat would tell you when someone was looking at an image. That was one of the big features of Chat 1.0. Instead of just showing you when someone liked or was texting something out, it could actually show you when someone was physically looking at something. I hadn't even thought of that. I just saw it as a cool feature. From what I've read, even though Snapchat is running on Chat 10.5, Chat 2.0, which was introduced back in March of 2016, is actually responsible for a lot of the features we use today, one of which is streaks. Dude, I remember when the emojis started showing up next to the names. Ours had a fire next to it and mine and Kayla's had like a yellow heart with an emoji and sunglasses next to it. I remember I had to look them up just to see what they meant. Yeah, all those emojis have to do with streaks, and there are a ton that mean a lot of different things. So like when you just add someone, you get a little baby emoji next to it, which means that you're new friends. When it has just a smiley face, that means that the two of you are friends but not best friends. The smiley face with sunglasses means that y'all share best friends, and the smirking face means that they're your best friend but not someone else's best friend. Yeah, and then the yellow heart means that the two of you are best friends. The red heart means that y'all have been best friends for 2 weeks straight, and the two pink hearts means that y'all have been best friends for 2 months straight. And then when you when you send snaps for 3 days in a row, you get the fire next to it. And after those 3 days, it starts adding numbers next to it, which means that you have a streak going on. For sure. And streaks only happen if a snap is sent as an image or a video. So if you and I are just chat messaging back and forth, that doesn't count as a streak. You also need to send a snap back and forth at least once during a 24-hour window for the streak to be kept alive. If the 24-hour window is about to run up, Snapchat will actually put a little hourglass next to your chat to let you know that you need to keep the streak going. It's pretty cool. And speaking of how many days our streak has been going on, I just looked at ours and ours has been going on for 472 days. That's crazy. I didn't even realize that much time had passed. Yeah, me neither. But that's because we don't actually talk every day. Sometimes we'll just send each other snaps that say streak, like you did earlier, just to keep the streak alive. Yeah, this might be the longest conversation we've had in a while. I'm sorry. Don't worry about it. I know you're busy. Talking about this makes me think about our streak a little bit differently. Do you have any more information about what other people think about it or the effects that streaks have? Sure. To answer your first question, as you know, Snapchat's really popular with teenagers since it's a really fast way to send audio and visual messages to the receiver. But teenagers actually think about streaks in some different ways. What do you mean? Like, streaks mean different things, or like some teenagers care about streaks and some don't? I know I'm proud of our streak. 472 days? Come on. Hey, I'm proud of our streak too, but I guess I'm thinking about both of those questions. They mean different things, and some people care about them and some don't. Like, I was talking to my sister Sydney, she's 17, and she said her friend group doesn't really care about streaks. They're more like happy coincidences. They already talk to each other, send snaps every single day, and so if they have a snap streak, it's just something cool that happens. That's cool. I mean, it's kind of like what you said earlier. We don't talk every day, and sometimes we just send each other streak snaps to keep the streak alive. Yeah, and they do that too. She actually said that one of them will send a dumb picture or something, and then that'll start a war on who can send the dumbest picture. But hey, keeps the streak alive. I was gonna say that that's weird, but Us sending pictures that just say streak to each other every day is kind of weird too. I mean, I love seeing pictures of your dog every day, but sometimes I like real conversations like this too. I like how you called this a real conversation when we're technically not even in the same room or even physically face to face. Dude, hear me out. Medium Snapchat, and therefore Snap Streaks, allow us to feel like we're having real-time face-to-face conversations with one another. And this is just one of the effects that the medium has. We learned about this thing in class called McLuhan's tetrad of media effects, and it goes into detail about all the different effects that media can have, good and bad. Just hang on. I'm going to explain it to you. I'm going to send you a bunch of snaps, so just hold on. So the first part of the tetrad is enhancement. So what does the media, Snap Streaks, enhance? I believe that it enhances popularity and validation of relationships. So like when you have a lot of streaks with people, it makes it seem like people want to talk to you every day, and having a number for these days, like ours is 472, having the number for the days in a row that you snap with someone makes you feel like that relationship is meaningful. The second part of the tetrad is retrieval. So what qualities do Snap Streaks retrieve from older media? I think that they retrieve commitment and therefore investment in relationships. I've heard many people criticize younger generations for being on their phones and not socializing with real people, but Snap Streaks prove that real relationships exist with the numbers that they have next to the streaks. The third part of the tetrad is obsolescence. So what do Snap Streaks make obsolete? I think that they make meaningful conversations and physical relationships obsolete. So we've talked about how some people send snaps with no real meaning just for the streak, and if you have a feature that tells you how many times you snap someone, that can make the person feel like you no longer have to actually see them in person because you've already seen them on the screen. The fourth and final part of the tetrad is reversal. So what does the media reverse into when it's pushed to its limits? I think that when pushed to the limits, Snap Streaks can result in popularity contests, peer pressure, and anxiety. Think about it. If you don't have a lot of streaks, or at least a lot of long streaks, that can make someone feel like they're not very popular. And that need for popularity could make someone feel pressured into maintaining streaks, which also leads to anxiety about not having a lot of streaks in the first place. Sheesh, those are a lot of good points. It really makes you think about all the effects, good and bad, that Snap Streaks can have, especially on the younger generation. Yeah, for sure, but that's all I gotta say. We've actually talked about some really interesting things about the history and the effects of Snap Streaks. Oh yeah, that's for sure, but I'll let you go. It's getting pretty late, as fascinating as this conversation is. I'll streak you later.